Joining me now is Congressman Jared Moskowitz. Congressman, thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited to have you on.
No, thanks for inviting us.
After reviewing thousands of financial documents, House Republicans on the Oversight Committee accused 9 Biden family members, including the president's son, Hunter Biden, and business associates of receiving over $10 million from foreign sources during and shortly after Joe Biden was vice president. You're on the House Oversight Committee. What do you make of the report?
Well, I mean, first of all, they started this investigation with a conclusion, and now they're trying to, find all of these pieces of a puzzle that, quite frankly, don't fit together. Obviously, look, Democrats, just like when we say about Donald Trump, if someone has broken the law, right, they should be held to account. But the Republicans haven't shared any evidence with any of the Democrats. They have these informants that go missing. We don't know who they are. We've not had a chance to talk to them. None of that information the chairman is sharing with the ranking member. And so I don't think this is breaking through. I don't think the American public cares too much about Hunter Biden or his laptop. I think going after the president's son, family members is something that used to be off limits. But I really would like to see the Oversight Committee get back to doing real oversight of the federal government. I think there's bipartisan support to talk about federal overreach or federal bureaucracy. And we're not able to do that because we're too busy, talking about, Hunter Biden.
I would love to talk with you about that oversight that you want to look at. You said that yesterday during a hearing, actually. But your Republican colleagues are alleging that Biden family members and their associates made a, quote, web of LLCs in what they described as an effort to hide where the money's coming from. Do you think that there's any there, or do you think rather this is not an issue that we should be focusing on?
Well, first of all, if they had a smoking gun showing something improper, you would see it already. But instead, what they have is they're putting up posters with yarn tied to all sorts of people we've never heard of before, especially during periods of time when Biden wasn't vice president. They've also said, many members have said that are involved in this, that, first of all, they don't have any evidence that Joe Biden did anything wrong. And quite frankly, they don't even the stuff that they're alleging, they don't know if that is breaking the law. There's all sorts of innuendos that they're trying to make conclusions over. And so right now, I do think it's a waste of time. One thing that I can say is that the federal government, the federal bureaucracies have gotten too big and they have too much power. I think there's bipartisan support on that. By the way, whose fault is that? That's our fault in Congress, because when we fail to function, we fail to work together, we fail to do our real job, and we get distracted with things like Hunter Biden, they can discount us. The federal bureaucracies can discount the legislature. So I'd like to see the Oversight Committee getting back to real oversight of agency decisions. That's what the Oversight Committee was intended to do, and that's what we should be getting back to.
So do you believe that these claims that they're putting out there aren't true?
I don't think they're true, because if they were true, show us the evidence. Show the American people the evidence. Stop showing pictures of people with black and white photos and red yarn going back and forth as somehow this is a Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman thriller. Show the people the goods. If you have them, you could show them, but they don't, because they haven't shown anybody any of the evidence, and they continue just to use innuendo to try to draw some conclusion. So look, this is a campaign strategy. This is all about the next election. They're getting cues from campaign folks to do this stuff. They're not very good at it, quite frankly. They're very disjointed. They have different messages every week. They're trying to find the next Benghazi just from a political standpoint, and it's not serious. It's not real oversight.
You think it's a campaign strategy? Hunter Biden was an issue back in 2020 when then candidate Joe Biden was running for president. It continues to be an issue as he's running for re-election. Do you think this is going to impact his run?
I don't. I don't. But I will tell you this: it will establish a new precedent in the House. This is what happens here. Democrats remove 2 members from a committee. Republicans remove 3. Right? When one side does something here, the other side responds, usually in a greater manner. And we're constantly pushing the line in the House and further breaking Congress. And so, if they want to go after Hunter Biden, I can guarantee you, it won't necessarily be me, but I can guarantee you there'll be members here who will be calling Jared Kushner in front of committees and doing investigations to all of his business behavior. And so, I don't think this is what the American people want to see, and I don't think it's what is going to matter in the election.